We need to get USC to play Iowa in the women's. That would be sweet, man. All right, basketball.
Just for you, late. Dame starts off 1 for 9 to start the game. Just what do you see from his confidence to hit some big shots?
I thought it was right towards the end of the second. He got a basket. I thought the key was in the third quarter. We came out, spread the floor, moved the ball. The ball was moving, and I think I told you guys 2 weeks ago, like there's guys that you can see if the ball's moving or not. Malik had 0 attempts at halftime. He ended up with 12. I told him he probably should have just had 10 because 2 of those were terrible shots. But that's what got everybody going. And then once you get that, Dame and Giannis are now in the open floor. So they were both fantastic.
It did seem like a real emphasis for Giannis to start kicking to the corner, for Dame to start seeing those. Just what were you guys trying to emphasize at halftime about finding Malik?
Yeah, I held up that stat sheet and said 0 for 0. Like, that's what you see, you know. And I also just talked about we got to open the floor back up. We started getting congested again, and the ball had to change sides. So first 4 or 5 plays were all about ball changing sides of the floor, getting to the second action, and then letting the ball lead to wherever it led to. And Dame and Giannis are the ones that made all the passes. It was terrific.
Giving up 107. And then to be able to sort of lean on some stops defensively, obviously your 2 stars late. Just what did that mean to beat this team here? Yeah,
to beat this team here is great, especially after they just beat us. We've done pretty well with the revenge games. Did it against Denver, did it here. And then defensively, the third quarter was 17 points or 12 points, whatever it was. I mean, that's unbelievable. And then down the stretch to get 4 stops in a row. That's what we have to become. Over the third quarter was as good as you're going to play defense. But the end of the game, getting stops, you have to be able to lean on your defense down the stretch of games. And our guys are starting to believe that, and that was great.
What did it say to you that Dame and Giannis are doing their thing fourth quarter, but Giannis dumps it to Jay? It's his only bucket of the game. It was a huge play in that moment.
Huge play. Yeah, just trust. And that's all we're talking about is trust the pass. Giannis and Dame are going to have the ball in their hands, let's say 80% of the game. The more they trust and get everybody else involved, the better they're going to be. You can see they stopped double-teaming Giannis. They stopped double-teaming Dame because we were making shots and we were spreading the floor. And the more they keep trusting like that, the better we're going to be on offense.
Just games like tonight, wins like tonight, and especially with the defensive stops that you mentioned, they just kind of like reinforce that these things that you've been preaching, that you guys are saying that we're going in the right direction.
I'm saying it. We're still not there, but we're definitely on our way. Win or not, I'm saying that because you can see it. I said that the other night. So, still just, we have those stretches offensively, 2-minute stretches where we don't get the right look or we're not organized. Defensively, we lost a couple guys, but it's trust, it's building. And I love what's going on the bench. They're telling each other now. Giannis sat down in the chair in the fourth quarter and was telling our guys, we got to lock in on the defensive end. He gave a great speech before the game about defense, I think they trust their offense. Once we get everybody, we know we're going to score. But if we start getting stops, we can score a lot of points.
We talked about the 13-point third quarter. What stands out to you about the defense? Like, what were you doing well in that?
I thought deflections. I thought the rotations, and we took away their threes. Like, our job coming out, we got every rebound because they crushed us in the first half off the glass. We ran them off the three and made them take tough twos. And if they made those, they just make those. That's what we were saying at halftime, and they did that.
I don't think Giannis gets a bucket in the fourth quarter, but he
created buckets, Everyone scores. That's what we try to preach. Like, Giannis scored because he gave Jay a basket. And Giannis created scoring. That's how we look at scoring. Like, if someone scores, that means the team scored, everybody scored. And I thought Giannis offensively was fantastic in the fourth quarter with the free throw line, but also with his passing.
I was going to say, a couple of those come on offensive rebounds. Just what do you think of his relentlessness in that fourth quarter to do it on both sides?
Do it on both sides. One thing you can see with our team, I don't know if there's any place to do it, But you can see conditioning because they're playing hard. They were gassed. There were a bunch of guys gassed on our team for sure. And that's what happens when you play hard defense and hard offense. So we're going to have to try to condition in games, to get that, because we have to get used to playing that way for 48 minutes.
I mean, along those lines, Bees has no shots, but 3 fouls in the first half on Ant, 2 steals. Third quarter, even though he got some shots, there was still a steal, a deflection.
Still got the steal. We said that at halftime or after the game that Jay Crowder makes a big bucket, didn't get a lot of shots, missed a few open ones early, had just played unbelievable defense. Bees, you come out the beginning of the third quarter, get 2 deflections, get a steal. You didn't let the 0 for 0 affect you on the other end. And that's what we talked about early on. When I first got it, you can see that if I didn't get my offense, I didn't play defense. Now they're locked in on defense.
Just late, the communication offensively, it felt like whoever you guys wanted in the action late was getting there, and that requires you finding that guy. What do you think of the guys finding that?
We were finding the right guys. We went too late. I will say that. I mean, we were starting at 8 and 7, with a minute left. That's a little late. We'll talk about that. But for me, just learning what they want to, what Dame and Giannis wants. I want to find out where they want it, when they want it, and I thought overall we picked the right guys.